Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm going to talk about something that a lot of mothers do for their children, and we might as well get it all done in one video. I'm having hot cereal this morning, so I'll go explain how you can make your cereal more nutritious. Now, you can sit there and have cold cereal or hot cereal. When I make hot cereal, if it's Quaker Oats, cream of wheat, grits, normal cereals that everybody eats that are hot, I will add a tablespoon of powdered milk to it because powdered milk is extra protein and you want to get that protein in to your children that are growing. So you measure out your cereal, and then we'll talk about how you do the cold cereals. This is the way that I'm going to do it. I'm having my 10 grain this morning, and that's 1/4 of a cup of that with 3/4 of a cup of water and some salt. So I'll turn you down and I'll talk while I'm doing this so you can, I've got to move stuff around so you can see what I'm doing. There, finally. And you add a little bit of salt to it, which everybody does. Okay, so no matter what kind of hot cereal you make, you can sit there and make it more nutritious. Now, if you're using the regular hot cereals in the store, not the health food one, I'd strongly recommend that you add a tablespoon of wheat germ, toasted or raw, and I always add a spoon of powdered milk. This is a whole grain, so I don't have to worry about adding the wheat germ. You just stir it up. We'll add the water and then we'll get this cooking. I've already added my salt. So if you're using those cereals and you want to make sure your children stay healthy, and you can't afford the more expensive, because they charge you like $5 for just a little bit of this. So it's a small bag. So if you get oats or cream of wheat, you think you're getting more, but you're getting less nutrition. So the best thing to do is to add it, which would be adding powdered milk, a tablespoon, and a tablespoon of wheat germ. When I use my whole grains, I'll just add powdered milk to it. Now, when you go to make cold cereals in the summer, what you do is take some milk. If your children are eating cold cereal, you add fruit into it and you give them a glass of milk. But what you can do is you get a quart jar, pour milk into it, add 1/4 of a cup of powdered milk to it, and you've picked up that protein and other nutrients that are in powdered milk. So you'd be increasing it all the way around, so when they have it, don't let them they can drink the regular milk, but then that milk is cold in the refrigerator for them for their cereals. You see how you do it? You have to play a game around it. And that's what I do to make my cereals more nutritious. Now, am I going to add more milk or heavy cream to this after it's done? Yes. So there'll be more added to it. But this is how you can increase that protein because children get hungry a lot. This is a good way of doing it. I started this with my young ones, and when I made hot cereal for breakfast with other things, we all had it this way. So this is just the way I make it to make sure that it's covered in nutrition and the protein that they need. When your children get their protein, you'll find out they don't eat as much candy, they don't want as much sweets. And if you make your desserts more nutritious for them by adding these other things to it, you will also notice that they don't get as hungry because they're more content. There's everything in the food that people need. A lot of people are overweight today. They add a ton of sugar into their food. They're unaware of it. When you say, what did you eat today? You will sit there and say, I had breakfast. You'll say, I had a sweet roll. Lunch, I had a sandwich. Dinner, I had this, right? But not many people mention oh, I put milk and sugar in my coffee or my tea. Those are foods that are adding up. You don't add the soda that you have, that's the calories as well. Then you'll snack throughout the day or maybe grab a cookie or something and you leave that out. So by the time you get to your supper, you've overshot your calories, and what shot it over so fast was your sugar. And you're eating because you're hungry because your body is not getting what it needs. That's the problem. The food is so malnutrition today, we have to sit there and compensate for that. This is where I use the whole grains. This is where I add powdered milk to things. I know powdered milk is expensive. God, the price has gone up on it. But this is why I cook the bones down. This is why I save my peelings and my vegetables and I cook them down. And then strain all of that and use that. I'm trying to get as many nutrients back into the food. And when I make things, you're always saying, well, you use recipes. I take those recipes and I make them more nutritious than what they are. That's the difference. That's why my family, when we eat, and we enjoy the food that we eat, and it's very filling to us. If anybody outside had this, or if you prepared it like this, you would notice the flavor is higher. We don't use as many seasonings as heavy. You can actually see how it's much different, but your family's more content. You say, but you make a lot of desserts. Yes, I do. I do make a lot of desserts. As far as you're concerned, muffins are desserts. I look at desserts differently than you. To me, muffins, quick breads, rolls, and stuff like that are snacks throughout the house, biscuits included, because my biscuits aren't plain biscuits. They've got more in it. So if my family gets hungry, they'll see shortbreads, brownies, and things sitting for them to snack on. But I make sure every dessert, if they do have, and we do have them, that they are as nutritious as eating a meal. Then this way I can cover, so whatever they eat, I know what they're getting. Now they bring stuff in from outside. Well, I can't stop that. But when they compare the two, they're always grabbing mine. Okay? And a lot of theirs, that whatever they buy, usually goes in the trash. I have one son that will starve outside to get home to eat because the food is just that nutritious. But that's the whole secret of this channel, is to show you how to make your food more nutritious. And you can say, well, I don't have the money. Honey, I know exactly where you are coming from. Who are you talking to? And you're probably saying, oh, but your skin and this and that. All of this is nutrition. The only thing I use is castor oil soap, and I use a shampoo that I order from the same place, shampoo and conditioner. That's it. And I put the lotion on my face, and it's oils. I gave you that. The only things other than that I use is lipstick. That's it. I don't use these things. This is health, is what you're seeing. You're not seeing sickness, you're seeing health. And I know women, because I am one, we're vain. We don't mind getting old, but we don't want to look like an old hag. Okay? Listen, I'm putting it out there. You don't have to like with what I say, but it's true. Give me a minute. But women are very, very vain. And men are too. Don't think they aren't. They used to be very careful with the way they trimmed their beards and stuff. They wanted to look good. Oh, I'll use this spoon, never mind. So, that's what I use. So, when you say a comment that I look good and stuff, what you're seeing on me is health. I spent my lifetime doing this, believe it or not. I did not know this was going to work, and I didn't know anybody who would go through this for a whole lifetime. My mother cooked the regular way like every other person. And then when I got a hold of the kitchen, my kitchen as they say, it became my playground. how could I be better? I used to have severe cramps all the time. They had me on hormones, trying to balance me out and everything else. Well, when I got on my own, everything went into the trash. I wasn't going to do it. I did not want to do it. I didn't want to take the medicine or anything else. And I didn't. I sat there and I started working with nutrition. I said, let me see, how can I be better? How can I do this? Women, makeup that you buy and put on your face when you're young, it won't hurt you. That's what you say. Wait till you hit 30 and 40 and see how it's aged you. Those are poisons you're putting on your skin. And anything you put on your skin, your body is going to absorb. They're putting chemicals in our food, preservatives and stuff, artificial flavorings and everything else. You don't know what these flavorings are made out, how it affects your body. But as you take all of this stuff in, your body goes to throw it into the colon. But they mix this stuff to adhere. So when you put it on, it adheres to you. What do you think it's doing in the colon walls? Think about it. You've got to think about it. I'm going to talk about how the body ages. I'm going to do a video. You're not going to like it. I can tell you that right now. But I'm going to put it out there to give you a general idea of what's really going on and why you look at yourself and say, why am I falling apart? You get in the mirror and you're 30 and you're like, oh my God, I've got this on my face. You know, it's like, oh, I got to hide this. Oh, look at the wrinkles. I can see them developing. Why is my hair turning gray? I've got to dye it. We're going to talk about that. It's not going to be a nice video, but I will talk about it to give you an idea to help you help yourself before you go down a road you can't recover from and why we have hair loss. Okay, but anyway, you take care. I'm going to go eat breakfast.